Hi, I'm Sam, and this is Sam Says. Today I'm going to be showing you an insert review for the Go7 gaming insert for Arkham Horror 3rd Edition from Fantasy Flight Games. Go ahead and check out the next clip to see how it all fits in the box. Welcome back. That is a lot of stuff in that box. So let me go ahead and start off by saying if you like what you see in this insert review, I will be linking Go7 Gaming's website in the description. I'll give a link to the website in the description of this video. That way, if you are interested in this insert, you can go ahead and check that out and buy this directly from Go7 Gaming. All right, so let's get into it. So at the beginning of that clip, I did show you the Dead of Night expansion box, and that is because currently stored in this insert, I have the base game as well as the first expansion for this, the Dead of Night expansion. And so that is going to play in a little bit to the review, and we'll get into that. So talking about this, the functionality of this insert is awesome. Storing this game without an expansion is a little bit of a nightmare. It's like 85 baggies. I mean, because I wanted to have my character decks separated out. I wanted to have my street decks and neighborhood decks and then event decks and all of that separated out. So all those were in different baggies. And then I wanted the items in a different bag. And I wanted the spells in a different bag. And the allies in different bags. And those are just the cards. And I didn't even name all the cards. The monsters. All of that. And then there's the tokens. All the tokens I would want in different baggies. So really, really nice how this insert comes together. And I always talk about in-game functionality for an insert. These token trays work great for in-game functionality. I actually have a spot to be able to put stuff. I have little trays that I have, little chip boxes, I guess, for my gaming table that I have here. But I love it when I can have an insert that has everything laid out like that. Makes it very easy to see, easy to use, and I just pull it right out of the box and it's ready to go. No other setup required. Fantastic. Love it. And then this tray right here, great. I love that there's a little hole in the bottom so I can easily press that up. That's all my characters as well as scenario sheets. And then, so you have this. So this is something that they included. If you look on Go7 Gaming's website, when they talk about the description of this insert, they say that it can fit the Dead of Night expansion. So this is the replacement for this in the base game. So it's the event deck for the scenario that you're playing. It is a little bit smaller, but it doesn't need to be this big, the one that comes in. This actually is plenty fine and works just fine with sleeved cards as well. You look at this, my sleeved card is in there. There's space on each side. It's not like it's constricting the space at all. So it works really, really well. Now with the Dead of Night expansion, the Dead of Night expansion adds in this little thing for the monster deck. So it adds in like a deck holder for the monster deck. Are either of these essential for playing the game? No, they're really not. There are components that are included in the game, which are nice. I like that Fantasy Flight did that. But they're not essential. I do like them, though, especially where you are drawing both from the top and bottoms of the deck with both of these. And so I enjoy using them. I'm a little conflicted that I can't fit this. Honestly, I just kind of like the look of this, so I don't know that I would even use this one. I like that they included it. It's a cool piece. But just with the icons that shows when I draw from the Mythos cup, this symbol or this symbol I take from the top, and when I draw that symbol I take from the back. It's just a nice reminder, especially when you're new to the game, that you don't have on this one. Obviously this is much sturdier and will last a lot longer. So one thing that you might ask is, can you store these in the insert if they are taken apart? So if you just put them together each time. The answer is, for this one, yes. For this one, no-ish. No-ish, because this won't fit into the spot because of this, because it's too long. But you could store these two longer pieces in different parts of the insert. You could even probably fit it right over this spot right here and be fine. That's probably what I'm going to do. Or with the newest expansion that gets released, maybe there'll be space in that box. I'll probably have to store... Not probably, I will have to store things in that box as well, so that's with this. That's kind of my thoughts on those trays. This is cool. I prefer what comes in the base box, but I like that they added it in. The top tray, so the tray that you saw that I had a bunch of dividers in, those dividers do come with the insert. They're just extra, as well as the rulebook and the map tiles. So Go7 Gaming included that as a temporary fix, where basically they knew that Arkham Horror was going to get expanded. And they were planning on using future boxes for the tile storage, but where they designed the insert for the 3rd edition base box itself, they included a tray so that you could store those. So there is a box lift when you put this away, and the box lift is about this much or so. Maybe not quite that much, maybe about this. But either way, it's fine. And in a future expansion is where they plan to store those. So they did think ahead as far as storage solutions moving forward. Now, one thing that I do is I sleeve my cards. And if you looked at my card trays on that opening, and you can see right here, they are chock full. They are absolutely almost as tight as I can get them in here without making it so there's not room. This will not fit another expansion with sleeved cards. So when the newer one releases near the 3rd quarter of 2020, I will not have space in this insert to be able to fit the expansion. I don't know what tokens that the other expansion is going to include, but as far as cards themselves, so new event decks, new monsters, new items, new spells, I am just not going to have the room to fit those in here sleeved. Now, unsleeved, maybe. I don't know how many cards are going to be included in there, but sleeves obviously take up a lot of space, especially in an insert. But I know that I am not going to be able to fit in the newest one. For these right now, for the base game and the 1st expansion, it fits everything just about perfectly. This middle tray leaves tons of space for characters. So you can see I'm actually storing some of the smaller cards in this middle tray because there's so much space in this little tray. I didn't quite have the space in my small card tray. Tons of space for tokens and new character chits and things. I don't know. I'm sure more tokens are going to be released, so we'll see. But there's plenty of space in here, in this little spot. Not so much in the card trays. The box that stores the scenario sheets and the characters, tons and tons of room. I mean, this right here is everything, all the characters, all the scenario sheets, and it is taking up 20% capacity, maybe even less. Tons of space with this, so you'll be able to fit everything in there. So for what's released for the game right now, this insert is at max capacity, working really well. Future expansions, I'm sure they're going to come up with new solutions. It also depends on the size of the box of the new expansions. You never know with Fantasy Flight. The Dead of Night came with this tiny little box, which this box really doesn't even fit a map tile all that well. It barely fits one, but if you try to stack them all, they end up going up like this, and it doesn't work. Because I thought about that, of oh, what if I put those in here? Doesn't quite work. So we'll have to see. I think the next one is a bigger box expansion, so we'll have to see what comes out with that. This tray, you've got kind of the street tiles and all of that working really well. One thing that Go7 Gaming also included is the Mythos Cup. which is kind of cool. So you store your tokens in here, and you can use this throughout the game. Because in Arkham Horror, they say like, hey, find a bag, or you can use the inside of the box. I love that Go7 Gaming included something. Oops, they're falling out. As far as using this within the game, I don't love it personally, just because it's got a very small opening, and it's not like I have huge hands, but it irritates the outside of my hands rubbing up against the wood when you pull from it multiple times. So what I do is I just grab my handy dandy dice bag and I throw all the tokens in there, and that's how I do that. But it is nice if you're in a pinch, you're traveling, you're not in your own game room, you're at a game night. This does work really well, and you don't have to use the inside of the box. Is it better than the inside of the box? Absolutely. So I love that they included it. Also, because you're looking at inserts, it means that you probably like to pimp out your games. If you play this game, buy these little plastic chips. They are amazing. They're going to keep your cardboard from fraying, your chipboard from fraying. They're very pleasant to handle. They are awesome. So if you are looking at these, I think I found these on Amazon. They're super cheap. Very, very great additions. You just snap them right on top of your tokens, and they work awesome. I don't know really what else I have to say about the insert. The dividers, obviously you saw I had plenty of extra dividers based on these trays. I didn't really have space to separate them out even more than I do just because of the space of the cards, and those dividers are pretty thick. So the dividers themselves take up quite a bit of space because of the wood that Go7 Gaming uses very thick. But it also makes their insert very sturdy, so I like that a lot. I feel like I've done a lot of rambling this review. But overall, I love this insert. I am so happy that I have it. It makes setup and takedown for the game so incredibly quick compared to what it could have been, and it keeps my box organized, keeps everything looking good. I would say if you own this game, this insert is a must-buy. Absolutely must-buy if you actually want to play the game. It makes it so you can play the game, and then you'll have time for other things in the night. For your game night. It's very worthwhile. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments section. I will do my best to answer them. And I'll also leave the Go7 Gaming website in the description of the video. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit the like button, the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. I'm Sam. This is Sam Says. Have a great day, and game on.